Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3Q, New Mexico's business and nonprofit podcast. We are here. I am going to back that up. I'm Pam Myers, your host. And my lovely, wonderful co host is the always fabulous Erica Yoakum. And we are here today with two members of the New Mexico Gay Men's Chorus. The artistic director, Aaron Howe, and Jerry Matthews. And Jerry, I apologize. I have forgotten your official title now with the chorus because you wear so many hats.
I do. I am the chair of the board of directors for NMGMC and a singing member and also the marketing PR person.
Okay. Well,
I was going to say that chairman usually means you've been around a long time.
Right.
A little while.
Well, thank you both for joining today. Now we're on because you have a concert coming up next week, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, yeah.
So, Aaron, we're going to let you say it because you say it so well.
Oh, I mean, it's called Orgullo, a Latinx Pride celebration. I've been wanting to do a concert that talked more about the pride from the pride perspective of LGBTQ people with the Spanish sort of direction, because we have so many people in our chorus as well as in this state that come from that heritage and that culture.
Cool. Yeah. How long does it typically take you to rehearse to get ready for a concert?
That's a good question.
Well, the things that we do as a chorus start to translate more into production. In the old days, a choir concert was you picked out a set of music and you maybe hired some extra musicians, but most of the time it was just the pianist, the choir, and your director in a church typically performing. But the gay chorus or the gay and lesbian chorus tradition is to have more theatrics involved and a theme that really transcends more than just a variety of pieces, which is why our season always has these titles. We do it in theaters more than doing it in churches. So when we talk about the rehearsal period, it starts, a year ago when we planned the title of the concert and began to start investigating. For me, especially this concert, I didn't feel qualified to pick all the music by myself because I don't come from Hispanic or Latinx heritage, and so I wanted to make sure that what I did pick, or what we did pick, was something that was meaningful to people here in New Mexico who come from that background. And so I got together a stage director, Rob Cisneros, and as well as a few people in the chorus who were of that background. And I brought in some community people to help me kind of craft this particular piece. And so I actually had lists and lists of their choices of songs. And I got young perspectives as well as older perspectives.
There you go.
To make sure that it wasn't just, old-timey music or just super modern music. Right. And so that's how we came to that. So we started rehearsing it, though, right after we finished our last concert. So the rehearsal period is rather short for the chorus, but the planning period and the putting it all together is a year long to get it all together. Where this concert has so many different elements, and so that took a long time to put together.
Wow.
And how many members are in the chorus?
Yeah.
Well, we have gone up to as many as 70 members, but the summer concerts we tend to see a lull in singing, but we still have a pretty strong group of about 52 singers. And we just recorded a song from this concert with New Mexico United and some Santa Fe opera singers back last Monday. And the sound that those 52 singers, actually wasn't even all 50 were putting out was just amazing. The people from Santa Fe Opera were saying, wow, what a sound. And these guys just really put their heart into this. And especially for my members that are from the Latinx heritage, these songs really touch their heart. And so they put a lot of their voice and heart into it.
Wow.
Very cool. Do you ever, this is just, me do you ever like have to, does anybody go toe to toe? Like, I absolutely will not sing this song, or this song is inappropriate, or anything like that? I mean, do you ever wind up in anything like that, or are you guys all pretty amenable, easygoing, finding stuff?
That's an interesting question you ask. Early on in my directorship, I did pick a song that I had some people complain about. But since that time, I've been a little bit more thoughtful. And if I did pick some music that people just don't feel like is their type of music, they tend to self-select and say, I'm just not going to sing this season. I try to ahead of time give people like a playlist on YouTube for them to listen to the music and decide if this is the kind of music that they want to perform. But once they're in, they're in. And I think that we have come as far as an organization to know what music is appropriate, and what music might not really fit our mission. Just in case you were curious about what that song was that I picked years and years ago, it was G Officer Krupke from West Side Story. It has some derogatory language towards trans people, and I didn't think of it that way back then because I was just new director. But I had a trans guy in the chorus say, "I just think this song is terrible." So anyway, just
yeah. Well, I would think because like you said, if you're not coming from the culture, you definitely need to make sure you check in, because what we might, gringos might think is oh, this is a great song. And then you take it to somebody of the culture and they go, no.
Right. And that was very important to me, which is why I put that focus group together, was to talk about like, what are songs that are meaningful to you, to your family, to your community. And then I put in a few pieces that were just like more art pieces, but there wasn't anything necessarily like obtuse about them. But we wanted to make sure we included pieces like De Colores, some Mexican folk songs, like it's called La Llorona, and I love the movie Coco, and luckily so do the Latinx community.
Who doesn't love Coco?
So we're doing some songs from Coco, and then also Selena I also love, and luckily so does the Hispanic Latinx community. And that really worked out well. Some of the things that I loved were also fit in really well with what our community loves.
Very nice.
And I can vouch as a singing member that there's certain songs I love to sing, and others that I'm not as big a fan of, but I'm still going to sing them. But yeah, this concert's been a lot of fun. There's the fun, quirky music, but then there's one piece that is just absolutely gorgeous that I just love singing. So
yeah, it's got a good variety, and this is big because I also felt like it was important not to just have our chorus sing, because this is a partnership with the Hispanic Cultural Center as well. And so, the NHCC does some songs, some concerts as a renter sort of agreement, but then occasionally, because of their mandate and their charter, they also do partnerships. And so this particular concert fits squarely within their parameters for a partnership. And so we got a little bit of their input, but then also it was important to me to bring in a few people that really and truly embodied this culture and this music. And so we have two opera singers who work actually at UNM, Olga Perez Flora and Jamie Flora, are joining us for this. Also, one of our singers that used to be a member of our chorus, but now is making a career in opera, Javier Ortiz, is also joining with us. So having people of Hispanic heritage coming in and singing with us. And then, of course, we wanted a mariachi group. That was really important.
Of course.
So we got, right? Yeah. And there's lots to choose from, but we wanted to be a little particular. And so we had an all-female, group called Mariachi Gran Victoria that's going to be joining us for this.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I have to say, I love the way that the chorus has grown from when I first started paying attention or attending the concerts 10 years ago. It's gotten so much better with everything that you integrate, with all of the different performers that you bring in to add to it, and the choreography of each concert.
Yeah, you love our choreography.
Yeah, we're definitely not the stand and sing kind of chorus, and I think that's what people have to understand, is that when they're going to come to an NGMC show, it's going to be a performance. It's going to be a bit of a spectacle because we're not just going to stand there and sing to you. We're going to dance, some of us poorly. Thankfully, we do have some great featured dancers that are going to be joining us for this production as well. So.
That's right. One of our dancers that I had met at a previous show, Naked Man, he's a wonderful young dancer as well as a coordinator of dancers, and his name is Gabriel Carrion Gonzalez, and he is going to be dancing in the show, but he also found some dancers to be a part of it. So it's not going to be like a kick line kind of thing. It's really going to be more expressive and contemporary dancing.
And clothes.
And yeah, for this time we have clothes on. I know we had a wonderful time being semi-nude for that one concert, but this one is definitely going to be more along the lines of sort of traditional contemporary dance, if those two words go together. So yeah, I forgot about that. We have some featured dancers in there, as well as the mariachi group, as well as the guest soloists, in addition to the chorus singing all this great stuff that I'm very, very proud of. And you are right, the NMGMC has grown into that. I would say that we've stayed stable of having about between 50 to 70 singing members, but the quality and the level of our production has grown. And that's partially because, understanding what kind of the music that gay choruses tend to do, it's a little bit more on that emotional, theatrical spectacle way of doing things, but also because we have had so much support from the community, by people donating to us, by businesses becoming sponsors, that we now can afford to be in the Lensic. We can afford to be in the NHCC. We can afford to be in Pope. When we started, we couldn't afford to be in any of those places, so it wouldn't have made any sense. But as we have grown and as we've had support from the community, we've been able to step it up, not only in the quality of the performance, but where we're performing.
Awesome. And I'm going to put this up so folks can go to there and get their tickets. But when is this event?
We are going to be at the Lensic in Santa Fe on Friday, June 21st at 7:30 p.m. And then we'll be at the National Hispanic Cultural Center on Saturday, June 22nd at 7:30 p.m. And then Sunday, June 23rd at 3 p.m. Kind of our traditional Friday through Sunday times and places. We've really liked being at the NHCC, and we've been at the Lensic now for like many years, and that's been really wonderful to perform there in Santa Fe.
That's quite the travel to go up there. From what I understand, the Lensic is a very nice.
It is beautiful.
It's the best place to perform in Santa Fe, in my opinion. And it really fits because they have a professional staff there, and really know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
The lights are everything. The theater's just gorgeous.
Yeah,
And
Pam and I went to that's where you took me to see Todd Rundgren, right? Was at the Hispanic Cultural Center?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Right? I would like to walk around that place during the daylight because, at nighttime it was like straight in, straight out kind of thing. But that's also a beautiful.
Yeah, it's a wonderful campus. I haven't even visited all the different buildings that's on the campus. I've been in the museum a little bit, but there's educational places in there as well. There's actually multiple theaters. There's 3 theaters, but we use the big one. Nice. And it's a really gorgeous theater run by the state of New Mexico, but of course built by donations in the beginning, but it's run by the state right now. But it's really wonderful place to get into, really hard to get into because a lot of people like to perform there because it's one of the nicer places in Albuquerque to perform.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful space. And our tickets are still available.
Yes, we're very excited to offer a price range of tickets all the way from $20 up to $60, depending on where you would like to sit. And we're definitely excited about a broad range of ages and backgrounds of people coming to see this. We're hoping to bring in some new audiences with this partnership with the Hispanic Cultural Center. And Jerry, I don't know if we are ready to announce any sort of ticket special deals, but there might be some coming up that we're
working on that.
Yeah, just keep an eye out for that. We might have some special deals coming in the next week if you want to bring the whole family, but maybe can't afford 10 tickets, but we might have a special deal.
Okay.
And do you have any is there any discussions yet as to what next year might bring?
Right.
Yes, there
And
is.
Aaron doesn't like this, but as a board, we've been pushing him to start thinking about programming sooner, because we have to worry as a board. We have to, go through the whole process of raising the appropriate funds to be able to produce. Aaron has some great vision and ideas, and we want to be able to support that and not tell him, no, you can't do that because we can't afford it. So we as a board have pushed him to start thinking programming sooner. I can remember in years past, I think I was designing season logos in September, and with the concert starting in December, and now I've already got the logos designed for next season. And so we already know what our programming is going to look like for next year.
Okay. Because this is the last concert for this season.
Yeah, this is our last of our 43rd season. So the NMGMC has been around for 43 years.
Wow.
We are one of the older gay choruses in the country.
Yep.
In the country.
Yeah, outside of New York, San Francisco, I think maybe LA are all just maybe a year or two older than us.
Wow.
The late 70s, early 80s was the time when the first gay choruses started to appear, and of course they've been being formed ever since then. But the first ones really started to appear back then.
And the chorus has the luck. There's an organization called GALA, which is the Gay and Lesbian Choral Association. They have a festival that happens every 4 years, and just so happens that 2024 is festival year. So about 40 of us are going to be going to Minneapolis in July.
Sorry.
And there are going to be over 7,000 people attending this conference, because the last one was in 2016. Since for some reason something happened in 2020 that didn't allow us to go perform that year. So there's a lot of excitement. It's actually, the experience is incredible because you're surrounded by all of this queer love.
Right.
And queer love of music. And it's supportive. It's mind-blowing to go and experience just all of this music.
It's inspirational.
Downtown Minneapolis in July.
Wow.
Bring your bug spray. That's all I have to say.
Right. It's inspirational too, as me as an artistic director, to go to a festival like that every 4 years. I get to see what other directors are doing.
Right.
And I can remember from past festivals, what I learned was that you really can do anything that you want as long as you passionately pursue it and really commit to it. Because there are some choruses that gay and lesbian choruses that do much more classical repertoire, and there are some that do much more show choir kind of stuff. I would say the NMGMC kind of falls a little bit in the middle. We do some classic stuff, and we try to diversify our year and our program. But it's really cool to see what, especially some of these bigger cities are doing and where they go. And there's a big market for gay and lesbian choruses commissioning works to be done, new choral works, new works with orchestra and choir. And that's where that's because of that kind of a thing is where we got the concert I Am Harvey Milk and Unbreakable, which we did in the past. We're actually going to be bringing back again next year. But it was because of the existence of gala choruses that we had that commissioned, and now we have a lot of people performing it around the country. So this festival and this organization, I think, is vital for the expansion of art in the gay and lesbian and bisexual, trans, queer community.
Yeah. And they also have courses that come from out of the U.S. too.
That's
so
true.
That's interesting and exciting because you don't always get the opportunity to see them perform.
That's very exciting. Very exciting. 40 of your members get to go?
There's about 40 of us that were able to commit to it.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's the expense of going and taking the time off of work. But thanks to support of individuals, donors, sponsors, and efforts of the chorus and of course leadership and the board, we've raised enough funds that we're actually helping to support those who can't go to be able to go. We're offering to pay their way so they can be there.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Who picked Minnesota? I'm just asking. That's like,
Well, it's been over the years since it's been actually, like 40 years that they've been having these gala festivals. Maybe not that long, but I think it started in the 80s. They go to rather large cities to accommodate the amount of choirs. At this point, there are so many choruses that come to this event. There's no way that you can see all of the groups. So they need a city that can accommodate at least 3 large venues to perform, and they're simultaneously having all these choruses perform during the day, plus big events at night at all three venues. So it's a really big thing. There's no way to see it all. There's no way to hear it all. So you have to kind of just pick your way through it. But Denver has been the city that we've been doing at the last 2 festivals, and Denver's great because they have 3 venues all next to each other. Minnesota, they're a little split apart, but Minneapolis, they're split apart. But they've had it in Miami, they've had it in Toronto, which is not the United States. So
I went to one in San Jose, California.
Okay.
In 2000.
Wow. Well, that's very exciting. I imagine everybody is super pumped to go and participate in
I
that.
think they are, although interestingly enough, because it's been 8 years, a lot of the guys that are going have never been to one before. And so they have no idea what they're in for until they get there. They've had to kind of take our word for it that it's amazing. But they will get that experience for sure.
Yeah, it's actually been since 2000 since I went. I did not get to go in 2016 when I joined the chorus. So I haven't been. I was taken with the gay lesbian chorus in California and went in 2000.
Wow.
that was 24 years ago, folks. That's like wow.
Yeah.
Time keeps passing for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
All right,
so-
I'm putting this up again so that folks can go and get themselves their tickets for the upcoming show. And you
And
guys
if
are
there's-
awesome.
Yeah. If there's any specials, they should watch your website and socials.
Probably social media, and then if you are a member of our email lists, we'll probably want to get the word out to our longtime supporters first.
Got it. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on to the podcast and sharing your information. We look forward to seeing you at the concert.
Yeah.
For having us.
Thanks, everybody, for listening.